Dating a high value man, reality check. Well, you need to know. There are a lot of coaches out there and social media influencers telling you, oh, date a high value man. Here's how to attract the high value man. Well, they never address is what it's actually like to be in a relationship, date, or even be married to a high value man. And so for the women who take their advice and do, oftentimes they find themselves shocked and unprepared as to what the experience is like. Ladies, it is not for the weak. You have to be a certain type of woman to be with a high value man or high value rich man. There's very little to do with living this lavish lifestyle, eating at more expensive restaurants and taking great vacations. This does routinely happen. Yet that also has to do with a lot of things that women don't anticipate. And if you're not mentally and psychologically and emotionally ready for it, it can be very shocking and cause you to ultimately end up losing the relationship with a high value man, one that could have been ultimately life changing for you. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you what it's like to date and be in a relationship with a high value man or high value rich man. Let's talk. Hi, I'm Dr. Dylan Wilson, the couples coach. Since college, I've been helping couples with dating, falling in love, and relationships. In this video, I'm sharing with ladies, if you're serious about your future, tips on how to meet, date, and marry the high value rich man of your dreams. Okay, so what's it like being in a long term committed relationship with a high value man or high value rich man? A lot of ladies imagine a life of luxury and ease. They don't realize that dating such a man requires a strong woman ready to be held accountable and meet higher standards. It's not just about attracting him, it's also about being the kind of woman who can navigate the relationship and the challenges that it brings. It takes a totally different kind of woman to date a man who is loving, successful, ambitious, and oftentimes a perfectionist. It is definitely not for the weak. Now, not all of the four following are common traits amongst all high value men, yet it is amongst many of them. Common traits amongst both high value men and high value rich men. So here's what women who were married to, have dated high value rich men have said it's like. Again, I know a bunch of them. And full disclosure, this includes the women who dated me in the past as well. So I speak from experience. Number one, he calls you out for not taking responsibility for your actions, your words, and your life. It's important to understand that he's doing this because he loves you and he cares about you. He'll even tell you that if he didn't care about you, he wouldn't bother saying anything to you at all. Facts. Trait number two, he holds you accountable for your actions, your words, and your life. Once again, this comes from a place of love and caring for you. He wants the best for you. I can share a personal story with you about this. I had a girlfriend when I first moved to California, moved there together. And I went there to start another company. And she was getting her career going in that state. And it takes a while, to get a career, a position in your career. In the meantime, she wished to get a job just to have money coming in until her career got going out there. And so what she did was one of the jobs she found was a job working for a company selling some kind of advertising. And they got to wear Verizon shirts, right? It wasn't Verizon, it was a company that sold Verizon stuff. And the one caveat was when you started working, you had to at least get your first paycheck for training and stuff, you had to finish like the first 2 weeks. So if you quit, you had a week of training and then you had a week in the field actually working. So if you quit before 2 weeks, you get paid nothing. So you have to finish the 2 weeks to get paid for your week of training and your week in the field. And she's out there, she's getting her training. She started working. She actually poked fun at me, saying that she would go on businesses. She had a cool Verizon shirt. She said, oh, our shirts say Verizon on it. Not like your other advertising company. You just walk in, some no-name company. You just walk in with a regular shirt on. And when I heard her say this, I was experienced B2B sales, very experienced with that. Trainer, sales team, everything. So I just laughed and I said, you know what, sweetheart? Just keep that same enthusiasm when you go out into the field. Because I knew what she was going to experience. And so once she got out there, she got a snoot full of business owners. The more they would see her walking the door with that Verizon shirt, they would say, "Not interested. I'm not buying anything. No, no, get out of my store. Get out of my business." She got a day or two of that. And what do you think she wanted to do? Keep working? She wanted to quit, right? And you can't be a quitter. That's a no-no. You got to finish this up. So she called me from the field, out in the field, close to tears. And because she knew she was going to answer to me based on what she did. We were a couple. We answered each other, right? And she was like, "Oh, Dylan, here's how it is." And they're all saying they're not interested, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to quit, okay? I'm going to quit, and then I'll keep, searching for another job until my career gets going. And I was like, hold on now. Slow this down. They said that you don't get paid unless you work 2 weeks, and you're at a little over a week in. So what, another 3 days and you get a full paycheck? She's like, "Oh yeah." I said, "Well, you're going to finish out the week then, right? So that way you get paid for your time. You don't want to. You're not in the business of wasting time and wasting your money. It still costs you money driving back and forth there every day, right? So you're not trying to take a loss. So you can work 3 more days, finish out the week, and then you get paid for 2 weeks." And she was like, "You want me to finish working, to keep working for this company?" I'm like, "Hell yeah. Why would you? We go sit at home on your butt all day. You're not going to be sending out resumes 8 hours a day at home. Finish out the week and then you can quit. And at least you'll get a paycheck for it." And she was shocked by this. Not really. Yeah, she didn't, that's not what she wanted to hear. And of course, she called her girlfriend and stuff and told her, and you're like, "Oh, it's Dylan." Right. And again, it's because I wish I had the best for her. I wish for her to not become a quitter just because things got rough for her and she didn't like how it was, and she's just going to turn away and quit. That's not good. Right. And also the fact that she needed the money. I mean, why would you quit? You get 2 weeks of pay. You're 3 days away from getting, a full paycheck for 2 weeks. So these are the kind of things that, these men will do. They're not just going to coddle you and hold your hand. They want the best for you. They're going to give you that tough love when you need it. All right. Trait number 3. He has higher standards for you than you have for yourself. This is a biggie. So if your man has a lot of drive and ambition, it's important to understand. Typically, he'll wish to foster some of that within you. He'll wish to find some ambition or initiative in you and encourage it to grow, even if you don't feel like it. In other words, you're going to feel a loving push from him to get on your shit and start making it happen. Anything with your career, your health or anything else, there's going to be someone that you realize that you're accountable to. You talk about, you want an accountability coach and an accountability partner. You're going to get that in him, right? You're not going to be able to bullshit your way through someone or past someone who's right there with you and knows what you want out of life and knows what things you said are important to you. Now, the reason for this is simple. You're part of his inner circle. I don't know if that's quite a circle, maybe a octagon or something. That's a circle. You're part of that inner circle. And it's a well-established fact that the 5 closest people to you typically reflect your values and also reflective of your income. Now, while your income may not be reflective of his, your values darn well better be. You're one of the most important people in his inner circle. And he cannot afford to have lazy slackers around him because that will rub off on him and affect him. Just like having people around him who are high speed on the ball will rub off on him and affect him as well. I'm going to share another story with you. This is, again, another high value rich man. And this one owns a successful multi-million-dollar accounting firm. Built it up himself. I have so much respect for him. And if you know anything about accounting firms or financial services, one of the whale referral partners for, like, say, financial advisors, even stockbrokers, any type of financial advisor, are accounting firms or accountants. Because usually if an accountant refers a business owner or client to a financial advisor, the person usually goes with that financial advisor. So a financial advisor can make a ton of money from even just one accountant as a referral partner. I mean, you can just sit back and just wait for your phone to ring, and they're just referring people into you. You're signing these people up. Business owners who are all multimillionaires and stuff, you're sitting pretty. It's a pretty sweet deal. And that's why they're always on the lookout for this. Well, he understood that. And so he wanted his wife to get her securities license so that she could become a financial advisor, right? And that way he could refer his clients to her, right? So if she gets her license, she could just come into his office. He has plenty of office space for her, and she could just sign people up. She would have it so easy, and she would make in the high six figures, right? Easy, high six figures. And for him, he's thinking that's money that instead of referring out, that financial advisors oftentimes don't pay referrals, right? Uh, Instead of him referring these clients out, not really getting anything from it, except maybe reciprocating referral periodically, he could keep that high six-figure income in-house in his family. So that means she has to first get a life and health insurance license. Then she has to study and get a securities license, you know, to do all this stuff. Now, here's the thing. She is close to retirement, and she has been a school teacher all this time. Getting her securities license and becoming a financial advisor is not even something she's even interested in. So, of course, it comes down to what's she going to do? Bear in mind, she probably worked 10 to 15 hours a week and be making in the high seven figures, working in her husband's business. 10 to 15 hours a week, you're making in the high, six figures, maybe more. We'll just keep it in the high six figures. So when he's talking to her, he presented to her like this. It comes down to this. Do you want to live this quality of life? You like living this lavish lifestyle? They may live in a multi-million-dollar home, yada, yada, yada. Do you like the kind of vacations that we go on? Do you like living life, not worrying about money, not living paycheck to paycheck, being concerned about our retirement? Do you like not being concerned about our children's financial future? Even our grandchildren's financial future is already secured. They're talking about great grandchildren aren't even born yet, securing their financial future. It's like, do you like living that way? And her answer, of course, is yes. And it's like, well, this is part of what you have to do to make that happen. That's it. So sometimes your six-figure man, your high-value man, your high-value rich man will end up dragging you, kicking and screaming into a much more lucrative career. But once again, she may have to work 10 hours a week and probably will make in the high six figures. Now I'm going to pivot for a moment. I know a lot of guys that are six-figure men and high-value rich men. Many are my friends and buddies, some are my colleagues, and they all simply want a good woman and wife. If you're serious and have good intentions, then I'd like to help you find your high-value man. That's why I put together the most complete online master course called How to Find, Date, and Marry a Six-Figure Man. He's going to date and marry some woman. Why not you? Go to richguydatingtips.com to learn more. I guarantee you 3 things will happen when you take my course. 1, if you follow my advice, you will meet high income earning men, 6 to 7 figures or more. 2, you will start dating six-figure men. And 3, one or more of them will consider you for marriage. This course is so solid that as long as you do what I share with you, then all of that will happen for you. So if dating and ideally marrying a high value man or rich man is what you desire, then definitely check it out. All right, let's get back into it. Trait number 4. He may be very busy because he's working all the time. Yeah, you may have heard this one before. This means that you may not have a whole lot of time to spend with him throughout the week because he's always working. The relationship may require you to restructure your schedule so that you're available when he's available, so you're both able to enjoy the time that you do have to spend together. This also means that you can't complain to him about you two not spending enough time together, because you should know what you're getting involved with before you start dating him. He is not going to change up his business or his job so that he starts losing money, because then you're going to start costing him. That's bad. That's the fastest way to get to heave ho. You don't want to be costing him. And this is something that you must embrace and address within yourself before you start dating high value and especially high value rich men. One of the things I can definitely tell you is that it's very annoying, and it seems someone undermining when you're dating a woman and she starts complaining really about anything, especially when you're out there working, trying to make it happen. Uh, yeah, when it comes to something that she knows you can't easily control. Like, it's one thing if it's something you could just flick a switch and it's good. Yeah, when she knows it's something inherent to you, like a busy schedule, and she starts complaining about it, that's going nowhere, right? And so that you don't want to. That's like a big no-no. because that's the first thing that'll start making him think that maybe this won't work out. Because she knows how I am, and she's trying to change what I do, how I have to make money, right? It means that you have to go in knowing this, and you modify your schedule and things to actually fit in with his. Again, you want to be like this. You want to be that person that he's like, you know what, everything with her just fits. When he's talking to his inner circle of friends, hey, I'm telling you, bro, when we're together, everything just fits. There's no argument. We're not butting heads. She understands me. She understands my schedule, and everything just works. That's where you want to be. All right, moving on. Trait number 5. Now, this last one applies to some high value rich men, yet not all. They may prefer to travel a lot on business and be away from the family a lot. Again, doesn't apply to all. Meaning at his job, he may be the one to volunteer to work weekends or to travel to other states and other countries if the company needs it. It doesn't mean that he's cheating or anything. It's just that that's how some guys are wired, right? In his mind, it's his way of taking care of you and the family. You may even hear him say things like, hey, do you like living this way? The kids going to the best schools. You don't have to work and you can stay at home. You like living this way, right? Well, I have to work this way so that I'm able to pay for all of that. Because in his mind, that's what he's thinking. That's how he feels. So it may seem like he's prioritizing making money over spending time with his family. Yet that's not what he's thinking nor his mindset. He's thinking that he's doing what's necessary to provide the best quality of life for you and the children. Are you starting to get the idea of why it takes a unique type of woman to be with a high value man, and especially a high value rich man? The thing is, it's not that challenging to learn these skills and be prepared for this type of relationship. You just need to know what to do, have the right training, and even some support along the way, and you're good for the rest of your life. And these are exactly the type of topics I teach you in my master course. Like to get more Rich Guy dating tips in your inbox? Sign up at richguydatingtips.com. And make sure you watch my next video, Dating a High Value Rich Man. Avoid these guys. One woman story. See you next video.